So now the tract is essentially developed and you have a cycle of hormones. So that's your estrogen, your progesterone that will be there. They have a peak and a surge and they settle down. And for some people or most, it might be regular, and some people it might be irregular. And so that's how it goes through their adulthood. And menopause is like the opposite to this component where the ovaries are winding down. And so they've found this age point where they can no longer produce these hormones anymore. So then what used to be regular, so say it was every 28 days or every 30 days, you had a period, it might be kind of like a car that starts to sometimes get there, sometimes not, but it might be a bit longer, it might be actually shorter, it might be heavier. So those are the signs, the early signs of perimenopause. And some people might even have thought that you might have heard it. Some of the other women, they've said, oh, I thought that I was done. And I had 3 months of nothing. And then I had the heaviest period ever. And that's what I say. It's like the ovaries giving a last hurrah where it was regular. It's become gaps in between. And then suddenly, and then there isn't any. However, the whole thing of that is that you can only really say it's menopause. We've created a term to call the end of it, where we say there's been no periods for 12 months. So actually, there is no actual event to say, congrats, you got through this. But we can only say, oh, look, that probably was my last period back then. Yes, and as Tema said, that this process is natural. It's interesting because it is different for guys, where you would still continue to produce, the opposite to eggs would be sperm, but they would continue to produce semen. So that actually you can still have babies for a man at 70 years of age, but that's generally around about 70 or thereabouts where you start to get that decline in the production. But for women, it's like you're born with a full complement, and then the complement from there. They have ovulation, and then that sort of ending time around that 45 to 50, 55, but I would say most 51 to 52.